ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Tíbi tirẹ̀ ládàlẹ̀ ayé, kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ká ṣe bí ẹni kú, káwọ́ ẹni tí ó ṣe dàrò ẹni. Ṣàṣà ènìyàn nífẹ̀ẹ́ ní lẹ́yìn, tẹrú tọmọ nífẹ̀ẹ́ ní lójú ẹni. Ọmọ aráyé abániwọ̀nràn pa orí dání wọn. Ayé ò fẹ́ ní ìfọ̀rọ̀, orí ẹni ní pẹ́ kó yẹ ni. You gotta be strong cause the world is a battlefield. Òjò láyé ó gbé ní lọ, bá ò bá mọ̀ wẹ̀. Má ṣe lọ̀lọ̀ tó láì bá dé, tread softly dákun ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ilé ayé ogun ni ó gbọ̀gbọ́n. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Tíbi tirẹ̀ ládàlẹ̀ ayé, kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ṣé rántí a ò mẹ́rin ìjọba ẹ̀wẹ̀kú ẹ̀wẹ̀lẹ̀. Àwọn ọlọ́tẹ̀ ni wọ́n dìde wọn lájànà kó lè rí inú gbọ́gbé. Àṣenìtàn bá ní ìdàrú ṣálọ̀ máa ráyé. Àwọ̀ fẹ́lẹ́ bòónù kò jẹ́ àríkùn wá ṣe bí. You gotta be wise to survive and keep your sanity. Ọjà ọ̀dájú ní ilé ayé, o ní láti mọ̀ ọ́n rà. Àyàgbé ọ̀gẹ̀gẹ̀ tó bá ti lọ́wọ́, ọ̀yàn òun ló wà lọ́jọ́ ogún dé. Ọwọ́ epo láyé ńlá, wọ́n kì í lá tẹ̀jẹ̀. Ara lámọ̀ á ò mọ́nú, ẹni ayé yẹ kó rọra ṣe. Ṣọ́ra, ṣọ́ra. Pọ́sọ̀ fura, pọ́sọ̀ fi jọ́ sí iná. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ o. Tíbi tirẹ̀ ládàlẹ̀ ayé, kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́ o. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Tíbi tirẹ̀ ládàlẹ̀ ayé, kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Ilẹ̀kùn bá jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi ṣòwò tí a ládàlẹ̀ ayé, àgbà tó ti fi tó mọ̀ ńlá yòókù lọ́gbọ́n. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ikú pàlà mi sí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn lọ́lọ́gbà ògiri. Àmì ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́.
Yes, so good evening, my people. It's a pleasure to have you on another special edition of the Jagbajanti Show. I welcome you tonight, and I greet you especially from whatever part of the world you're connecting from. Hope you've had a fantastic week and you're looking forward to the weekend. And to my Niger people, I hope you are coping with the self-inflicted crisis that you're dealing with at the moment. Ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́, ẹ kú rọ̀jú o, mo kí yín o, ẹ kú faradà. Á dà tẹ́ ẹ bá fẹ́ kó dà. Let me see those who are on the show, people who have indicated their presence, and I can give them a shout out before we dive straight into the show. I aim to keep the show going forward, between an hour and tó bá tiẹ̀ kọjá ẹ̀ díẹ̀, so that I can consider those who are living in a part of the world where data is like gold, and also for people who maybe want to download and stuff like that. So it's really within something that they can manage. So I'll try to keep it short and punchy. As you're coming in, please help me share this show on your platform. Invite somebody to connect. You can send out the link to people to join, and you can put it on your stories. You can tell somebody about this. You are saving a life. Right. Àwọn tó láàyè ti dáàyè wọn. Gbogbo àwọn temporary first comer, gbogbo wọn ti padà sí regular position. Ẹ̀gbọ́n is back gidigba. Mo kí yín, ẹ káalẹ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n, ṣé wàá pa o? Ẹ kú àtàárọ̀. Ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́. I greet you, my brother Oluwafunmi Emmanuel. He says, where is my location? I'm in England. Thank you for connecting tonight. Papa Ayodele Onoselu, I greet you, my brother. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show. Erelu, good to have you back. Ó tó bí ijọ́ mélòó kan. Ṣùgbọ́n a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Elédùmarè pé a tún rí yín padà sórí ètò. Ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́, ẹ kú faradà. Gbogbo ẹ̀ làwa náà ń bá yín feel bí kò easy o. Ṣùgbọ́n ó rí bákan. Ẹ̀bùn, mo sọ fún ẹ náà, àwọn tó láàyè máa padà dé. Tí ẹ wo position ẹ̀ gan, bóyá èèyàn tó ti dé ṣáájú ẹ̀ 1, 2, 3, wọ number 4. Anyway, better luck next time. Yes, so please help me share the show. Invite somebody to invite somebody, for another somebody to invite another somebody. It's going to be another very interesting and deep discussion tonight. And Moshin saw we're building something. And what we're building this year, our focus this year is to return power back to you. You carry so much power that you don't realize. I realize ẹ̀yẹn ló jẹ́ kó tún lọ máa sáré tọ̀ àwọn tí ò lágbára tó ẹ lọ. Because nǹkan téèyàn ò bá mọ̀ pé òun ní kò wúlò fún. And so far, we have touched on issues that you know, um, brings you back into focus. We've talked on discussions that um, restores responsibility about your life back to you. You can't blame nobody for whatever happened in your life. You have to take charge. You have to be responsible. It is your life, you know. And so we've talked about blank sheet, accountability, starting all over again, taking baby steps. Last week we looked at values, and values is everything about what really matters to us. And when you have value clarification, it helps greatly in making good decisions because uh, everything about our life is decision making. Some people are so confused when it comes to even making the easiest of decisions. And it's no other thing than um, uh, not understanding their values. When you are not clear about your values, you always be in that state of confusion because you can't really, you have no clarity about who you are. Your values actually um, explains who you are on your inside, and it's who you are on your inside that you should live on the outside. Unfortunately, many people um, have um, have disparity when it comes to who they are and how they live. And when it comes to them making decisions, when it comes to them making progress, they are stopped. And that's because of this disparity. So, and we looked at values, how you have to create your values. This will differ from persons to person and experiences of life where you're coming from are things that will shape your values. And from time to time, we do experience value shift. And that's because um, we grow. So every time um, life is unfold to us in another dimension and causes us to grow, this will also shift our values. And on that note, we will be moving to another discussion. We will be building on this. And what I want us to um, look at tonight is what I titled Evaluation, the power of questions. Power of questions. Um, how do I start this? Ìgbà kan wà tó jẹ́ pé mò ń kanra máa yé gan. Mò ń kanra máa yé. Mo rò pé ayé ṣẹ̀ mí because um, I wasn't getting the result that matches the kind of effort I thought I was putting in. And so I was always a very angry human being, bitter. I was short fused until I figured out that ayé kọ́ ló ṣẹ̀ mí o. Mo realize wípé if life is giving you the answers that you do not desire, you need to check whether you have been asking the right questions. And that's why I put in the caption of my post that the questions are the answer. Until you change your question, you can't change your life. Now, everything you are today is down to your thinking. And essentially, your thinking leads to your belief. Your belief is how you perceive reality. Your reality is how you live. And then how you live is what you become. So what forms your thinking? What forms our thinking? It's questioning. Evaluation. Evaluation is simply asking questions. So the question you ask determines the answer you receive. And the answer you receive is simply the foundation of your thought. That's what forms your thinking. Your thinking is what forms your belief. Your belief is what shapes your perception of reality. And your reality is what you live. And how you live is what you become. So you can see how it all linked up. So why many of us focus on what happens in our life, like the event that takes place in our life, and really focus on that and wrap ourselves around that. It's really not the event that shapes our life. It is not the event that determines how we live or what we become. Rather, it is how we interpret the event. It is how we evaluate that life experience. It is the questions that we ask regarding that event that shapes our life. Because from the question we ask and the answer we receive from those questions, that is what will form the meaning we give to that life experience. And it is on the meaning we give to that life experience that we begin to act on, take decisions, and move. So that means we've been having the wrong focus. That means ibi tá à ń wò gan kọ́ ló yẹ ká kọjú sí. And I'm here tonight to redirect our focus to the right place. Our daily life, our existence is centered on asking questions and getting answers. End of. I'm trying to break this down as simple as I can make it. And that's why I keep saying it, that things we discuss on this platform, the nonsense we chat here, are things that you know, but maybe because they are complicated or they were taught to you in a bastardized form. And that's why here we're just trying to readdress issues. So what you require is just an open mind. Hear it again, or pretend to be hearing it for the first time. And don't struggle. Yako semesi elara. Now, gbogbo ohun tó bá wá gbọ́ yẹn, go and reflect on it. Check it against what you already know. If what you already know didn't work for you, then kò sí point pé o ṣì ń dìímú. Try something new. Try tuntun tó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ gbọ́ yẹn. Bóyá yẹn á ṣiṣẹ́. But oògùn tèmi mọ̀ tó ṣiṣẹ́ fún mi, òun ni mo máa ń gbé wá síbí láti recommend. But I'm not forcing it down your throat. I'm just telling you clearly, I've used this. It works. Báyìí ló ṣe ń ṣe mí tẹ́lẹ̀. Báyìí ló ń ṣe mí ńsìn. Ẹ̀yin náà gbìyànjú, ẹ yẹ̀ wò, bóyá báyìí náà lára mu. That's all I'm doing here. So I was in this situation before where I just thought, why are other people getting results and I'm not? Why am I putting this much effort and I'm not getting, what I consider to be a correlating result? But I'm not getting it. Until I got this revelation that no, it's not the event, it's not the effort, it's not the hard work, it's not the kurakuta tó ń sá lọ tó ń sá bọ̀, it's not the life experience. Those are all effect of what you have failed to do. And that's ask the right questions. Our brain is like, we human beings are like mental computers. What you feed into it is what it gives back to you. What you seek is what you find. And oftentimes àwọn èèyàn rò pé ìbọn nǹkan tí mò ń wá náà ni eléyìí, ìbọn nǹkan báyìí ló ń fún mi. Nǹkan tó ń wá lórí yẹn. But ó mọ̀ pé nǹkan tó ń wá nìyẹn. And we will get there shortly. I hope I'll be able to, build it gradually. To your understanding. I hope people are clear that I'm not one genius. I'm not a well-read person. I'm not um, an expert in any of these things I'm talking about. I don't have some fanciful degrees or an enviable CV or anything like that. I'm just here to share things that I've come across in my own life journey, things that I discovered in my own personal meditation, and how I was able to turn my pain into gain. How I began to ask different questions that allowed me not to suffer um, in what I was going through, but to take it as, you know, um, it's part of my existence, come out on the end of it a better person, not bitter, and also go out there to use that same experience um, to help other people. So I'm just saying this for people who might want to, think kilo fira, kilo more authority will love so or control so and whatever thing like that. Nah, don't stress yourself. I know who I am, and I understand my competence and limitation, and I will never ever go beyond them. Right? So I just thought I should um, chip that in so that máa mọ̀ pé mo ń ṣe tèmi ní o níwọ̀nba tí mo mọ̀. So as I was saying, we need to realize that most of what we do day to day um, is basically ask questions and answer questions, you know, and until we change the quality of this habitual question that we ask, we can't change, the quality of our lives, because these questions essentially um, um, determine where our focus lies. These questions form the basis on how we think, right? Our thought becomes our belief becomes how we perceive reality, and how we perceive reality is how we live, and how we live is what we become, right? Mommy Mokinyo, Ekalema, that's my London mommy. Bola Saliu, Eshungon, thank you for always being there. It's a pleasure to have you on the show tonight. I hope you'll be able to stay awake till the end. Right. So, questions are the primary way that we learn. Everything starts from that. When you question things, it shows that yes, you're mocking it, and it leads you on the path of finding answer. Through finding answer, wàá rí gbogbo ibi tó ti gọ̀, and it's nothing to feel ashamed of, because ìmọ̀ ju ẹnikẹ́ni lọ. So ibi tí ìmọ̀ bá ká ẹ mọ́, yes, just learn, and learning makes you, to become wiser. So mo rí wípé tí n bá rí báyìí, táwọn kan rí báyìí, nǹkan kan ló ń get right. Nǹkan kan ló ń ṣe tèmi ò ṣe. So instead of beating myself to death, instead of spending, wasting my energy, envying them, chasing after, what they're doing, I should bring the focus back on myself, redirect my focus by changing the questions I've been asking. There are questions that we ask ourselves in situations that we find ourselves that are not empowering. They make us weak. They close up our path. And there are questions we will ask in their situation that will open possibilities for us. That will show us way out of that terrible situation that we find ourselves. Everything is down to questioning. There are certain battles you don't fight by fighting. You start fighting them by asking questions. Ibẹ̀ gan wàá ti realize pé ìjà ilé kò ní kí n jà. Ibẹ̀ wàá ti realize pé strategy tí mo need fún ìjà ilé is just to say ẹ má bínú, just concede defeat. You don't need to throw a punch. You're not fighting doesn't mean you're weak or lẹ́ni àbí or concede defeat or you've lost the fight or whatever thing like that. That's a strategy. Because it's not worth your effort. But many people don't ask before they jump into things. Or people ask, but the quality of their questions, the quality of their question is poor. And as a result, they get answers that are not desirable. So, if you want to progress, if you really want to move ahead in life, you must ask new questions. You must ask empowering questions. You must ask questions that does not close up your mind. So, orí nǹkan tó fẹ́ sìn, but báyìí pé irọ́ àwọn olówó lọ́ọ́ ṣe lè fún àwọn tó jẹun kánú lọ́ọ́ ṣe lè fún. Kí ló dé tàmí olówó àti ìwọ tó ló poor? It's your mindset. Àwọn tó pè lólówó yẹn gan, some of them don't have this liquid cash, but all they have is an expansive mind that knows how to turn things around, that knows how to bring money where money does not even exist. Many of these olówó ò ní owó. Owó olówó ló fi ń ṣòwò, and that's business for you. When you say you are an entrepreneur, you must know how to raise asset, and you must know how to turn that asset into profit for yourself. Many ò ní nǹkan kan. Ọtí o bá jókòó dìgbà tó bá ní nǹkan kan lọ́jọ́ ṣe ń lọ, ló ṣe ń wá àwọn kan bíi wípé wọ́n dáa jù ẹ́ lọ. It's the quality of the question which obviously makes the difference in your thinking. It's the mindset. So tí wàá fi rí nǹkan tí wàá ní àìrọ̀ àwọn eléyìí lọ ṣe fún, you can ask yourself, the moment tó bá sọ pé I can't afford it, and that's it, dead end for you, finish. You can never touch that thing till you will leave this earth. But you can change that thinking by changing your question, asking the right question, and say, how can I afford this? That question opens up possibilities for you, and you see options. right there ahead of you that you can explore to afford that thing. There are things that lying around you, things of value that you can turn to cash. They're not serving any purpose, they're just there. You're holding them for sentimental reasons. You can afford to let them go. There are wasteful expenses that you could close up and redirect those funds towards what you want to do. If you have good credit, there are possibility of you approaching financial institutions or individuals if you are credible enough to raise funds for what you want to do. Pátápátá, o lè má lè afford kíní yẹn bó ṣe dúró síwájú ẹ̀ yẹn. But if you give yourself few months down the line, 2 months, 3 months, set that target, wàá rí pé kíní yẹn is right there in your possession. But the moment you close up your mind, the moment you say, ṣé Olúwa ló ṣe fún ṣá, you're limiting yourself. You're closing every possibilities around you. But you can ask questions that will empower you, that will engage you to take another step towards achieving your goal. So, the more quality your questions are, the more quality the answers you receive. So, I use the same approach in my business, in anything I do. I'm a creative. And I start by asking, why not? So what do I mean by that? Màá jáde, màá wo gbogbo nǹkan tó wà. Màá lọ shop, màá wo gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tó wà. Màá wá bira mi. Why tẹ́lẹ̀ yóò sí? Why tẹ́lẹ̀ yóò sí? Why tẹ́lẹ̀ yóò sí? Àwọn nǹkan tí ò sí yẹn, màá wá lọ jókòó láti wá bí mo ṣe lè create. Because tí n bá ṣe nǹkan tó wà, kò sẹ́ni tó máa rí mi, ta ló mọ̀kòló mi lọ́yọ̀ọ́? Níbi táwọn giant wà, ta ló mọ̀ mí? How do I sell that thing when it's available everywhere? And people will prefer to buy from a known brand than me tí ò lórúkọ. Because people like to flaunt. Why tí màá ṣe irú iṣẹ́ tí Gucci ṣe? Kẹ́ni màá dẹ́ expect kán máa rà lọ́wọ́ mi. No, they will buy Gucci one because they want to flaunting páwọn wọ Gucci, páyé àwọn ti dá. So that's why I ask, why not? Inú why not yẹn mo ti ń create gap fúnra mi in a saturated, evil, hard, crazy industry. Wọ́n lẹ kájà industry ni. Very intense. Hard to survive. But inú ẹ̀ ni mo ti ń ní orúkọ fúnra mi. Níwọ̀nba tèmi. Ṣé tó tí mọ̀ mí náà, ṣùgbọ́n níwọ̀nba tèmi. Because I'm asking different questions. So nǹkan tí n bá ṣe, if anyone sees it tó bá ti pè ó kíní kan how much is that kan bá ti sọ fún wọn wọ́n ní I'll get back to you. Mo mọ̀ pé nǹkan tó ń lọ ṣe ni pé wọ́n ń lọ wà níbòmíì to match price, to see if they can get it cheaper, better, or with a better brand out there. Mo mọ̀ pé wọn ò lè rí ní tó dá mi lójú ni. So they will go and come back. Tó bá ti wá padà wá then they want to start bargaining. Kò ní bàjẹ́ fún yín, wọn ná búrẹ́dì o, ẹ̀ ní bókù ọmọ ńlẹ̀ o. If you can sell one of your kidneys láti lè rajà lọ́wọ́ Gucci, èmi náà ò kéré nú ayé. Owó mi ò tó títí wọn, ẹ̀ tún fẹ́ san. No, I know the effort I put in. So mo ṣe rà ń ṣe wẹ́rẹ́wẹ́rẹ́ nìyẹn. It's the same approach I use as well when I want to make any purchase. I'm very difficult when it comes to buying things because I don't buy what I see, I buy the thought behind it. It must be simple, it must be creative, it must, then you will look at the craft. Láti jẹ́ quality. Finish. But first, what attracts me to any product is the thought behind it. Kí lẹ́ni rò débi? That's what I'm paying for. And essentially that means I'm paying for that person asking the right questions to create a product here. So when you look around us today, everything tẹ́ bá rí ilé ayé lónìí, product of thought ni. Build a form thinking here, question. So if a business fails, ẹ lọ béèrè question, ẹ lọ wádìí question, then tó ní business yẹn ń béèrè. Kó tó put in place policies, because it's the questions you ask that will determine the kind of policies you put in place. You don't just put policies in place, you don't put models in place without asking questions relating to the market, the customers, your competitors, the business environment and all that. Gbogbo àwọn kìíní yẹn ló máa form basis àwọn strategy to put in place to run that business. So if you are not asking the right questions, your business will fail. Your business will fail. People who are able to ask the right questions, even in terms of maybe economic downtime, and they were able to maybe ask questions that empower them to take the risk, they'll benefit from it. And people who didn't ask the right questions before plunging into a form of investment and everything, they will lose. Wọ́n tẹ̀rọ pé wọ́n ń gbá gbogbo èèyàn, wọ́n á kàn gbé business kan jáde, get this and put this one there, collect this in 6 months and 3 months, and gbogbo èèyàn kàn kówó síbẹ̀. Because they are fools. They are not asking the right questions. When you ask the right question, you will know pé I associate with family because things don't work this way. But questions don't be around poor. Only answer to get it is sọ fún wọn pé go ahead, go and drop your money in it. Lọ kówó ẹ̀ sílẹ̀ ńbẹ̀. Because bí rẹ̀ ń question. Ẹni tó lóun ta kúlíkúlí 1 billion. Èèyàn mélòó ló wà láyé? Níbo ló ń gbé kúlíkúlí yẹn lọ? Èèyàn mélòó ló ń jẹ? Kí ló fi ń produce kúlíkúlí yẹn? Bó lọ ṣe ń rà, bó lọ ṣe ń tà. Irú business wo gan ni so easy láti duplicate tó fi lè máa generate irú owó yẹn? Àbó nìkan ló own market yẹn. tó fi ní irú turnover yẹn. When you can ask quality questions, the answers you will get will point you in the right direction, whether you should plunge yourself into that investment or not. You can't say pé kò kàn gbọ́ kò dẹ̀ jura ẹ̀ sínú ẹ̀. And that's when people are having issues. This also has something to do with our relationship. The question you ask in your relationship matters a lot. So there's no facet of our life that you can exempt from what we're discussing tonight. When the quality of question you ask is poor in any aspect, the result you will get will be poor. So the difference between people who are successful, because oftentimes I'm associated see lucky back on destiny. Why are those things that are there are reasons that we can't ignore. You must know that the difference between the people who succeed and those who don't is simply the question that they ask consistently. See, everything you have to do in your life, you have to be consistent. Kì í ṣe one off. Kì í ṣe òṣèlè ni òṣèlọ́la. Ó ń láti stubborn máa yí lọ́wọ́. You have to be disciplined. You have to be consistent in everything you do. Like I did say, integrity is not honesty. Integrity is consistency of character. In tó mọ̀ ẹ́ mọ́, in tó ń bá ẹ mọ́, in tó ń ká lọ́wọ́ all the time. That's the meaning of integrity. Kì í ṣe lénìí ó gbóná ọ̀la ó tutù. Wọ́n mọ̀ pé tó bá fara lé all the time, always warm ni. Kì í ṣe pé temperature ẹ lọ́wọ́ lénìí ó tutù lọ́la ó ṣe kí òun ṣe ìkógo sí water stream. Orísun ẹ̀ ò máa sun tútù kò máa sun gbígbóná. They know what to get from you. That's integrity. And that's the approach you must implement in your life. You must be consistent in your approach to these things. Your values, what you want to get out of life, how you treat each day. You don't allow people break that your pattern. Nobody break process yẹn mọ́ ẹ lọ́wọ́, ó ti já nìyẹn. It can't go wrong nìyẹn. When a system is put in place, it's interlinked. That's how it can run. When the process is put in place, look at factories. They have a line. Akúròǹbí abọ́ síbẹ̀, akúròǹbẹ̀ abọ́ síbẹ̀, akúròǹbẹ̀ abọ́ síbẹ̀. Àwọn kan dẹ̀ wà tó ń fi síbẹ̀ manually láti máa rí wípé kíní yẹn ò break. Bá kíní yẹn ti tà sí báyìí, ẹni àwọn àbí asáré tì bọ̀ again. But bá ti break, it will stop production from beginning to the end. Gbogbo nǹkan máa jam lọ. They can't hit their target. It has to be consistent. Ó ń láti máa lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni from 9 to 11. Ó ń láti máa lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni lọ́ fi lè meet the target. So when you are dealing with issues, tó dá ẹ lọ́kàn rú, tí ń ṣe nǹkan tó fẹ́, instead of asking questions that will, make you feel overloaded, make you feel overwhelmed. Ọlọ́run ó ṣe wá jẹ́ mi nìkan ní báyìí. Irú kí lèyí báyìí Ọlọ́run. Èmi as a rule, mo ti make ẹ̀ fúnra mi. Nǹkan tó bá dé bá mi, the first thing tí màá sáré sọ fúnra mi ni pé ṣẹ̀gẹ́ orí ni kò rò má ronú o. Kíákíá mo máa ń sọ fúnra mi consciously, in fact mo máa ń sọ jáde gan. Orí ni kò rò má ronú, orí ni kò rò má ronú. Because the way our mind works, the way we are as human beings, quickly a ti máa slip into that negative state. And the moment tó bá ti wọ bẹ̀ yẹn, nǹkan á bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí go wrong. In tó go wrong yẹn á bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí máa worse sí. Irú kí lè bá ọ lọ? Mo ṣì wá jẹ́ mi again. Gbogbo àwọn question bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, they overwhelm you, they disempower you, they make you feel overburdened, overloaded, weak, tired, frustrated, and you lose focus. But the moment you keep yourself in that right mindset and you ask, how do I get out of this? That question quickly brings you back in focus. And then it snaps you out of that, weak emotional state. It pumps energy into you because now you are looking for solution. Into ṣẹlẹ̀, you are not there, stuck there. How do I get out of this and keep moving? You don't lose momentum. So look at people who are depressed, for example. A lot of things ti ṣẹlẹ̀. Don't feel bad in this situation. Then on regular basis, while in that state, they keep asking themselves this empowering question. Regularly. Kí tiẹ̀ láyé ìgan? Gbogbo nǹkan tí mò ń try gan kò tiẹ̀ work, so why try? Akànwà bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni. Ìgbà tí nǹkan ò ṣiṣẹ́ gan, so why kí ni mò ń try fún gan? Àbí all the time, Olúwa yìí. Ṣàánú ọmọ rẹ̀, gbọ́gbé ọmọ rẹ̀. Wò mí, ó tó nǹkan. I'm telling you of the fact, this is what my life used to be. And I know many people listening to me can also relate with this. In tó bá béèrè fún, òun ló máa rí o. If you ask terrible question, you will get a terrible answer. Your mental computer is ready to dish out whatever you dish in. Garbage in, garbage out. It will serve you whatever you dish into it. In tó bá pòpọ̀ fún, òun ló máa tú jáde fún ẹ. Do you ask yourself how people, for example, I'm sure lórí social media ti máa come across àwọn tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n lè rìn tẹ́lẹ̀, wọn wá lè rìn mọ́. Maybe wọ́n ní accident tàbí nǹkan kan mẹ́rin. But they still go about their life. You still see them wearing a smile. You still see them going out there to reach out to people and stuff like that. Why kí ló happen gan? Báwo lẹ́ni ṣe lè carry on? Báwo lẹ́ni ṣe lè carry on? Wá pé but irú situation tó wà ó yẹ kó wà níbì kan kó máa kájọ kó máa gbin kínú ẹ̀ máa bàjẹ́ kó máa ṣe kinní ni. The difference is wọ́n wo ipò tán wà yẹn, wọ́n wo experience tí wọ́n là kọjá. Ní tí wọ́n bira wọn ni wípé, how can I use this experience? How can I use this to launch myself to the next stage of my life? How can I use this to contribute to others? like I'm doing now. Gbogbo nǹkan tí mò ń là kọjá ń gbà mo máa ń béèrè wípé why me? Why gbogbo àwọn kìíní ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ sí mi náà? Ó ṣe jẹ́ mi nìkan. Ìdáhùn tí máa ń gbọ́ ń gbà yẹn ni wípé kó o lè jẹ́ atọ́nà fún àwọn ẹlòmíì. After all, ọ̀nà tó o bá mọ̀ ló lè júwe. You can only give what you have. So I could stay in that bitter state, or I could ask, how can I make use of this? What can I become out of this? It's different from you seeing that as your end. I met a woman recently, an Indian. She had stroke. I felt for her. But by the time we started talking, we realized pé kò need the pity me. And from our discussion, we realized pé òun ò kúkú lè rìn tẹ́lẹ̀. But because of her mindset, lòun fi gain ní partial mobility yìí padà. So ó ti lè mú gbogbo side kan sìn. Tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ kò lè gbé ìka lásán, just finger, kò lè finger ẹyọ kan nínú finger mẹ́wẹ̀ẹ̀wá kò lè gbé talkless gbogbo ara. But now she's gained back a whole side kan péré ló ṣì ní difficulty láti gbéra. And that's because she refused to stay in that situation. She told me the person tí wọ́n jọ admit wọn sí hospital báyìí, ó ṣì wà ńbẹ̀. The person is younger than her. Ọmọ kékeré ni. Òun dàgbà, ó lọ́mọ, ó ní everything. If I was to find my gun, look, just live your life and leave me alone. I will sort myself out. I'll be fine. This is not my end. This just happened and I will go through it. Ẹ tọ́jọ́ wà lọ́sibítù yẹn ń sọ fún wípé oh you know you can call the government kán wá install kìíní kan báyìí sílẹ̀, install kìíní kan báyìí sílẹ̀, kán wá install kìíní kan báyìí sílẹ̀. Ó lóun sọ fún wọn pé no, òun ò need it. Yes, ó access opportunity yẹn. But she said when they were installing the new bathroom in her house, she told them she doesn't want all the disability things and whatever thing like that. No, she does not want it. Ó lẹ́yìn tó install ẹ̀ gan sọ fún un pé wow, I haven't come across somebody with such a strong mentality as you have. Ẹni tí bí ẹ ṣì wà lọ́sibítù bẹ́ẹ̀, wọ́n ń gbé ní láti clean, wọ́n ń gbé ní láti wẹ̀ fún, wọ́n ń gbé ní láti tọ̀, wọ́n ń gbé ní láti fún lóúnjẹ. Eléyìí tí ó ń rìn ní ìsìn. Lọ́jọ́ tá a pàdé gan, kíní ló ń lọ, ibi tó ti máa ń ṣe ìkànnà, ibẹ̀ ló ń lọ. Ó dẹ̀ believe pé òun máa recover the rest of the part of her part padà. What makes the difference? The quality of your state of mind. Kí ló dẹ̀ determine your thinking? Kí ló dẹ̀ form thinking yẹn? The questions you ask. You see how these things work? When you don't ask, you don't receive. But it's not just about asking. Ask the right thing so that you can receive the right thing. So the focus I want us to have tonight is you must ask empowering questions. Questions that will bring you resources and answers and solutions that will liberate you. Stop asking questions that makes you weak, confused, keeps you stuck in the same position where you are. The question you ask will determine where your focus is, how you think, how you feel, what you do. It's not just enough to just dwell on what you are going through. Yes, you are going through it. Situation kan yẹn, nǹkan kan ló fà ẹ́ ló sún ẹ débẹ̀. Now ask, how do you get out of this? How do you handle this? How do you turn this around? How do you turn this pain to gain for yourself? And maybe there's another thing I need to add here as well. I was telling my son something one time. I said, life is all about choice and consequences. But oftentimes, I rò pé choice nìkan ni àwọn nǹkan tá a decide láti ṣe. You see those things that you didn't do as well or you failed to do, they are also choices you've made. Àwọn náà ní consequence. So it's not only the questions you ask now that gives you answers. Even the ones you fail to ask, àwọn náà ní impact tí wọ́n play in your destiny. And that's why you must have a holistic view about everything. Never close your mind in life. Ó léwu gan. No, ó léwu gan. Láti ṣí ọkàn ẹ payá. Ayé ìju nǹkan tó mọ̀ yẹn lọ. Stop living in your own bubble. Ayé tọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ ń gbé ó dàbí ẹja tó ń fi sínú aquarium ni. Tó bá ti swim length and breadth inú glass yẹn tán tanná sí tán fi artificial flower sí fi nǹkan tó ń da oúnjẹ yẹ̀pẹ̀yẹ̀pẹ̀ sí àti everything like that. Ó ti rò pé bẹ́ẹ̀ láyé pín sí. Ó dọjọ́ tó bá mú kúrò bẹ́ẹ̀ tó jù sínú alagbalúgbú omi. Láàárín àwọn ẹja tó mi ibú. Bẹ́ẹ̀ la mọ̀ pé ayé ju ibi tó ń wà yẹn lọ. You need to be open-minded. The more you see, the more you know, the farther you can go. So, the quality of questions, consistent, habitual questions you ask will determine the quality of life that you will live. So, as I round up, tó ti ṣe 1 hour, Ọlọ́run ṣàánú mi. Kí ni àwọn nǹkan? What are the things we can achieve by asking the right questions? Number 1, asking the right questions immediately helps you to focus on the right thing, to act on the right thing. Quickly, it shapes your focus. Àmú ẹ kúrò níbi tó ti ń wà distracted yẹn á sáré á gbá ẹ sí right place. Wàá máa wo nǹkan tó yẹ kó máa wò. Wàá rìn lọ́nà tó yẹ kó rìn. You want to be happy? Instead of chasing other people's happiness, you Ask yourself, how can I change my state of mind? How can I change my situation? Instead of kọkàn máa mí kanlẹ̀ all the time. Bóyá mí kanlẹ̀ ló ń ṣọ́ọ̀tì ẹ̀jẹ̀. Ó mà wá ga o. Ó ṣe wá já wọn. Pé tí mi ò lówó lọ́wọ́. Ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ náà máa sọ fún ẹ pé ó gọ̀ ni. Ẹ̀mí á máa dá ẹ lóhùn pé ṣèbí ìwọ ló fẹ́ ṣe jìbìtì. Ṣèbí ìwọ ló fẹ́ já sí. Àwọn ìdáhùn tó máa rí nìyẹn. But you can change your focus and ask questions that will empower you. Instead of always thinking, when you're liking me. Why don't you change your mindset to such that you tell yourself, not everybody will appreciate who you are. People will have different opinions about you, and that is fine. That is not enough to cause you sadness. It's not enough. It's how you perceive these things. And perception goes back to questioning. Why are you saying, how come nobody likes you? Nobody wants you? Why can't you see that, yes, not everybody will appreciate who you are. People will have different opinions about you, and it's fine, perfect. Kò sí nǹkan tó bá dé ńbẹ̀. O lè táyé lọ́rùn, kò sẹ́ni tó lè táyé lọ́rùn. So why are you looking for everyone to like you? So you can change who you are, you can change your state of mind by changing your focus. And what will help you to quickly achieve this is asking the right questions. So this is a skill you must learn how to use, especially tó bá ti wà ní situation tí ò fẹ́. You have to learn how to, change your focus by asking, by changing your question technically, So another thing that asking questions help us to do is it helps us to recover items that we have deleted. So human being dàbí computer. What you put in is what you get. And oftentimes, a máa wo gbogbo àwọn nǹkan kan báyìí, wàá kàn máa tẹ delete button, delete, because o rò pé wọn ò matter, o consider wọn. Asking the right question goes into your recycle bin and recover all these deleted files. Because remember I said earlier, àti question tó béèrè àti tó béèrè, gbogbo ẹ̀ ló ní impact in shaping your destiny. So when you're asking a quality question now, that question goes into your recycle bin to recover all the deleted files. Gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tó ti delete yẹn, gbogbo tó ti brush aside, gbogbo nǹkan tó ti sọ pé kò matter, gbogbo nǹkan tó ti wò pé ẹ má bá mi sọ, gbogbo nǹkan tó ti close mind yẹ against, either by maybe sometimes unconsciously la ṣe, because everything has to do with bọ́n ti ṣe build wa up, bọ́n ti ṣe tá ti dà. So automatically I command certain things, we don't even give them consideration because we're not brought up that way. At the ready, at the consider. So instantly at the filter away. But when you ask quality questions, á lọ nú gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tó ti delete yẹn, gbogbo àwọn deleted files yẹn, á lọ máa tú gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tó relevant sí question tó béèrè yẹn, á mú wọn jáde. Á tò wọ́n síwájú ẹ̀ báyìí pé o ní láti consider eléyìí. Pay attention to this. O ṣe yẹ eléyìí wò. Má delete ẹ̀. Eléyìí náà nítumọ̀. Many have deleted reasons why they should be happy. And they are now they are expecting other people to make them happy. They're looking at other people's situation to find happiness. But when you change the question you're asking and you refocus back on yourself, that question will go and exhume so many things you've buried. Ó jẹ́ pé source of unhappiness yẹn inú ìpìlẹ̀ ló wà. Àwọn unresolved issues tó ti find closure sí, òun ló ń jẹyọ all the time. Kì í ṣe pé ò ní gbogbo nǹkan tó fẹ́ láyìíká ẹ̀. So question yẹn á lọ wú jáde. Tó bá farabalẹ̀, tó ṣàgídí, tó dẹ̀ gbé yẹ̀wò bó ṣe gbé síwájú ẹ̀, wàá rí wípé mi ì dẹ̀ yẹ kíní wò ni o, mi ì dẹ̀ yẹ kíní wò ni o. And before you know it, wàá rí pé o lè trace solution fúnra ẹ̀. And then the last one that I want to mention is that the right question, opens your eyes to the vast resources you have available to you. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wa máa ń sọ pé mi ì ní nǹkan báyìí, ká mo ní nǹkan báyìí, mi ì ní nǹkan báyìí, ká mo ní nǹkan báyìí, mi ì ní nǹkan báyìí, ká mo ní nǹkan báyìí. Nínú ìtàn Jésù àti ọkùnrin, the crippled man that is always at the beautiful gate. The blind man. Ìbéèrè tán bí ni wípé ṣó o fẹ́ ríran? The crippled man náà ni. Ṣó o fẹ́ ìwòsàn? Ó ní èmi ò rí èèyàn láti ràn mí lọ́wọ́ bọ́ sínú omi nígbà tí áńgẹ́lì bá wá láti wá ru omi. I have nobody to help me. And once in a while, áńgẹ́lì sì ń wá ru omi. Ẹ tó bá dẹ̀ kọ́ bọ́ sínú ẹ̀ ló rí ìwòsàn. Ìtòrò ń pòun ò ní nìyẹn tó fi wà ń bẹ̀ yẹn. Bọ̀ ẹ gbọ́ béèrè tá a bí. Ìbéèrè tá a bí exposes what he has been lacking all his life. The willingness to be healed is what he has been lacking. Kì í ṣe pé kò léèyàn tó lè gbé sínú omi. That question exposed him. Kí ni tó nílò? Ìgbàgbọ́. Torí n tá kan sọ fún ni pé dìde bí àkéte ẹ kò dẹ̀ máa lọ. Now, don't bother yourself whether these stories are true or not. I've told you the way I apply the scripture. It is the principles behind these things that matters to me. Gbogbo ibi tí ìmọ̀ bá wà, tí mo ti lè draw ìmọ̀ ńbẹ̀, mo ti máa ń draw ìmọ̀. So what matters here is what I can infer from the story and how I can apply it to my own life. So we have so much, ṣùgbọ́n àmọ́ bá ní so much. Torí in tá à ní là ń focus lé lórí all the time. We've deleted all the things that could make us or open us to what we have. We've buried so many ìrànlọ́wọ́. Many ìrànlọ́wọ́ are lying dormant. They need to be activated by the questions we ask, by our mindset. Our thought need to trigger something that will just make us to initiate that step. And the moment you initiate that step, that help is activated. The resources is within our reach. But half of the time, you just focus on what we don't have. Oh, ṣe nǹkan báyìí, mi ní nǹkan báyìí ni. Oh, ṣe lọ báyìí, mi léèyàn ni. Oh, ṣe nǹkan báyìí, kò sí agbára ẹ̀ ni. And that's why you are where you are. But the moment you ask the right question, it reveals the vast resources that is available to you. Owó lẹlòmíì lòun ò ní tó ń wò pé kò sí. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹni tó wà láràǹdí ẹ̀ tó ń rí lójoojúmọ́ kò mọ̀ pé òun gan lówó. Because tó fẹ́ ṣe yẹn tẹ́ni yẹn bá gbọ́ sí i, á kàn ní kí tó wàá ṣe máa ń pa ọmọ ìyá pé mo ṣì ń ṣa kinní kan láǹgbà, mo dẹ̀ ní nǹkan kan tí mi ò lò lọ́wọ́ o, àbí mo lè mú ẹ lọ ọ̀dọ̀ ẹni báyìí, ó máa gba kinní yẹn fún ẹ, sọ ó tán. So your question, your maybe your business is going through, a hard time, and instead of focusing on the maybe àwọn kan ló ṣàṣì mi, àwọn kan ni wọ́n ṣe ìgbà kan, computer ṣe kìíní kan. I mean, there are so many reasons you can attribute to why the business is failing. But you can always ask questions that will inspire you. Like, how can I turn this around? Or how can I move this to the next level? That's you not accepting. This question can now begin to exhume where model is wrong. Àbí já nǹkan báyìí sí. Àbí báyà bills ló ń weigh ẹ down. So I before the pandemic, I changed around the way my business was running to such that I have no physical structure. I could run it with zero overhead technically, right? So mo wo bí mo ṣe ń deal pẹ̀lú àwọn customer tí ò wà remote. Mo wá jókòó, mo wá design a process, and I use that to build an app. So for those who don't know, I have an app where I can transact or deal with the client from beginning to the end. That eliminated me running a business such that some bills. So ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ sí ó ní nǹkan tó tó mọ̀ pé òun lè ṣe kò bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ̀. Kí ló dé? Òun ò lówó ṣọ́ọ̀bù. Tá bá dẹ̀ tiẹ̀ jókòó ti igbá tẹ́ni fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ gan, ẹ rí wípé that business cannot even fund itself. And this is the business you want to build overhead on. Okay, tán bá tiẹ̀ fún ẹ lówó, yá ẹ lówó bẹ́ẹ̀ fi sanwó ṣọ́ọ̀bù àkọ́kọ́, rẹ́ǹtì ṣọ́ọ̀bù yẹn máa due now. Then you are back to square one again. Àyẹ̀ lọ ṣọ́ọ̀bù àti kó kúrò ń bẹ́ àròwó ṣọ́ọ̀bù san. It's madness. Why don't you ask yourself, how can I run this from my home? Or how can I run this? No matter yourself from my home. How can I run this with zero overhead? Tó bá lẹ́ni tí ò yẹ kó gbé nǹkan kan ṣe, mo wà lára ẹni náà. Because kí mo ní, tá mo mọ̀. Èmi tó tún wá jẹ́ pé mi láìkì kí n máa bend, mi láìkì kí n máa lick ass, mi láìkì kí n máa ṣe kúbẹ́kúbẹ́. It's not pride, it's just my value. So ojú kan ló yẹ kí n wà. But no, àìní nǹkan kan yẹn òun ló máa ń inspire mi láti ronú. Ọ̀rọ̀ kan wà tí máa ń gbọ́ lẹ́nu àwọn òbí mi gbà yẹn. Wọ́n máa ń push mi láti wá nǹkan ṣe ni. Níṣẹ́ tí màá lọ bá wọn pé mi weakness, wọ́n á sọ pé nǹkan tí ò lẹ́nu ò gbọ́dọ̀ gbọ́n jù ẹ lọ. Go and figure it out. So màá jókòó. When you see things I do, it's not all the time. No. I take ó máa ń pẹ́. And that's because I'm asking questions. I'm asking questions. Nínú ẹ̀ màá ti wá máa figure out mo ṣe lè ṣe lé, mo ṣe ṣe lé, mo ṣe ṣe lé. So mo jẹ́ ọ̀kan tó yẹ pé I think from the end to the beginning. I think in reverse. End tí mo fẹ́ achieve yẹn is there, mo ti rí clearly. Màá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí wá máa tọ́ padà bọ̀ láti bẹ̀rẹ̀, láti bring it to reality. Mi focus lórí nǹkan tí mi ní because mo mọ̀ pé kò sí kinní yẹn. I begin to ask questions. Ọ̀nà míì ṣáà láti wà. Ọ̀nà míì ṣáà láti wà. Ọ̀nà míì ṣáà láti wà. Mo ṣe ń bá lọ wẹ́rẹ́ nìyẹn. Otherwise, kò sí nǹkan kan tó fẹ́ ká ṣe wọn. Otherwise, kò síbi tẹ́dá ò bá dé láyé o. But when you ask the right questions, it opens access to you. It opens your eyes to vast resources that you have, but you have not tapped into them. You haven't even considered them. It opens possibilities for you. It leads you on a path that in your count wọ́n ti ẹ̀rín rí. Ó dẹ̀ gbá bí kò sọ́nà bí náà ní ìwọ kan tiẹ̀ kan torí bọ̀ náà. Bàbá rí pé ọmọ igbó ṣúrú ló kàn bó ṣá. A kàn máa lọ ni. So tonight I hope I've been able to of course this is not all that there is to say about this, because it's wide. You know, it's wide. But if I think I have to do a second part to this, If I think, I will I'll bring it up. Otherwise, I am omisele enough, and I hope you can expand it in your mind and see that you are the only one limiting yourself. Nobody else. Nothing is limiting you except yourself, your thought. And if you want to change that, change your questions. The questions are the answers. And if life is not giving you the answers you desire, then change the questions you have been asking. Ladies and gentlemen, this is all I have for you this evening. I would not want to take too much of your time. Thank you for joining me this evening, and thank you for listening to the nonsense I have to share. Um, I hope I've been able to inspire you towards a path of change. I hope I've been able to, um, um, you know, roughen some feathers. Um, and I hope I've been able to unsettle your mindset, and you have something um, to steer you in another direction away from um, how you have been um, going or moving previously. Ọlọ́run á ràn gbogbo wa lọ́wọ́ o. We are all work in progress, and I hope in the end we will um, we will get to our desired destination and will be um, fulfilled. Thank you very much, and have um, a wonderful evening. Until we meet again next week, Friday, um, remain blessed and continue to ask the right questions. Odaro.
Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà ọ̀rẹ́, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Tíbi tirẹ̀ ládàlẹ̀ ayé, kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ọ́la. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ká ṣe bí ẹni kú, káwọ́ ẹni tí ó ṣe dàrú ẹni. Ṣàṣà ènìyàn nífẹ̀ẹ́ ní lẹ́yìn, tẹrú tọmọ nífẹ̀ẹ́ ní lójú ẹni. Ọmọ aráyé abániwọ́rọ̀ pa orí dání wọ́n. Ayé ò fẹ́ ní ìfọ̀rọ̀, orí ẹni ní pẹ́ kó yẹ ni. You gotta be strong cause the world is a battlefield. Òjò láyé ó gbé ní lọ, bá ò bá mọ̀ wẹ̀. Má ṣe làlà ọ̀tọ̀ láì bá dé, tread softly dákun ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ilé ayé ogun ni ó gbọ̀gbọ́n. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà ọ̀rẹ́, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Tíbi tirẹ̀ ládàlẹ̀ ayé, kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ọ́la. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o, ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣálámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ṣé rántí a ò mẹ́rin ìjọba ẹ̀wẹ̀kú ẹ̀wẹ̀lẹ̀? Àwọn lọ́tẹ̀ ni wọ́n dìde wọn lájànà kó lè rí inú gbọ́gbé. Àṣenìtàn bá ní ìdàrú ṣálọ̀ máa ráyé. Àwọ̀ fẹ́lẹ́ bòónù kò jẹ́ àríkùn wá ṣe bí. You gotta be wise to survive and keep your sanity. ọjà ọ̀dájú ní ilé ayé o ní láti mọ̀ ọ́n rà. Àyàgbé ọ̀gẹ̀gẹ̀ tó bá ti lówó ọ̀yàn ń lọ wà lọ́jọ́ ogúndé. Ọwọ́ epo láyé ńlá wọ́n kì í lá jẹ̀jẹ̀. Alámọ̀ a ò mọ̀nú ẹ̀yìn ayé yẹ kó rọra ṣe ṣọ́ra ṣọ́ra. Pọ́sọ̀ fura pọ́sọ̀ fi jọ́ sí iná. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gba ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ o. Tíbi tirẹ̀ látẹ̀lé ayé kò máa ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ọ́la. Wọ́n jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́ o. Inú ẹni ṣàlámọ̀ a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ mi. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gba ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Tíbi tirẹ̀ látẹ̀lé ayé kò máa ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ọ́la. Ilẹ̀kùn bá jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́ inú ẹni ṣàlámọ̀ a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ mi. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gba ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi ṣòwò tí a wà tẹ́lẹ̀ ayé àgbà tó ti fi tó mọ̀ ọ́la yòókù lọ́gbọ́n. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́ inú ẹni ṣàlámọ̀ a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ mi.